A human kid gave a toy to an alien girl. The next day, 500 warriors arrived. The first sign of the war was silence, not explosion. Not alarms, just silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong, like the universe was holding its breath. On the edge of Earth's orbit, the research station Horizon 6 floated quietly against the black sea of space. The crew there believed they were safe. They believed deep space was empty. They believed Earth was alone. They were wrong. Dr. Lena Carter stood by the observation glass, sipping warm tea while watching a slow dance of stars. She enjoyed the quiet, peaceful, calm, predictable. Then, every star outside the window bent, as if space itself was pulled. A long, crack-like tear opened in the dark sky. Not a portal, not magic. A wound. Through the tear slid something massive, bigger than any ship humans had ever built. Its hull was dark steel marked with glowing blood-red patterns. No windows, no lights, no visible engines. It looked like it was made for one purpose. War. Lena's tea dropped from her hand and floated in slow motion, droplets scattering like tiny golden planets. She whispered, This can't be real. But reality does not wait for belief. The alien ship did not send a message. No greeting, no warning, no demand. It simply fired. A burning beam of energy slammed through Horizon 6. Walls melted. Alarms screamed. Fire filled the halls. People ran, shouting names no one could hear. In the chaos, Lieutenant Ryan Hale launched an emergency escape pod. Flames and metal tore behind him as he punched the release controls. The station he called home became a bright orange star, and then disappeared. Only ash. Only cold, only silence again. Hale's escape pod spun through the darkness. His chest rose and fell fast. His hands shook. Horizon 6 has been destroyed. He shouted into his comm unit. We are under attack. Unknown enemy ship. The transmission fell into static. Then Earth Command answered. Lieutenant Hale. Stay calm. What do they want? Hale stared at the alien ship drifting just outside his window. They didn't ask for anything. Back on Earth. The first alien strike ships entered the atmosphere like falling embers. People stopped in the streets. Children pointed. News channels froze mid-sentence. The sky turned red. Not sunset red. Warning red cities activated defense shields. Military jets launched. Navy fleets moved into battle formation. But none of it mattered. The alien ships flew faster, hit harder, and moved with impossible precision. They fired without pause. They took out communication towers, orbital satellites, transport hubs, blinding Earth in minutes. Earth wasn't just attacked. Earth was silenced. Meanwhile, far from battle, a 7-year-old boy named Aaron sat on the roof of his family's home in the countryside, holding a toy spaceship. His grandfather sat beside him, watching the skies turn red. Is it a storm? Aaron asked. His grandfather didn't answer for a long time. Finally, he said quietly, No. Someone has come who believes they are stronger than us. Aaron held his toy tighter. Are we in danger? The old man looked at the red sky. His voice was steady, not afraid, just sure. Boy. Humans have survived everything. Ice ages, plagues, wars, we argue. We fall, we stand. We rebuild. He placed a hand on Aaron's shoulder. But those who hurt us learned something important. What? Aaron whispered. The old man's eyes shone with fire. Humans don't break. We break back. Military Command Center. War Council General Marcus Flint. Looked over digital maps flashing red. Enemy markers. Everywhere. We're outnumbered, an officer said. We're outgunned, another added. General Flint slammed his hand on the table. All of that is true, he said. But they made one mistake. The room went quiet. They think we will kneel. A slow, dangerous smile formed on every soldier's face. Humans may be peaceful, humans may be patient, but when humans are pushed, they become something else. The aliens finally speak. Across every screen, every speaker, every radio frequency, a voice echoed. Earth is now property of the Dominion. Do not resist. Resistance means death. The broadcast ended. A pause, a heartbeat. Then, from one city, then another, then everywhere, came a sound. Human laughter. Not happy laughter. War laughter. The kind that says, "You have no idea what you've just done. The first blow has been struck." The sky burns. Earth stands on the edge of extinction. But the aliens forgot one rule of the universe. Never start a fight with humans. You will not like how it ends. The first human strike. When humans lose something, they grieve. When humans are threatened, they defend. But when humans are attacked without reason, they become something unstoppable. The aliens were about to learn this. Smoke still hung in the skies above Earth. Many cities were damaged, but humanity was still alive. People were scared, yes, but fear is not weakness. Fear can become fire. Lieutenant Ryan Hale sat in a new command bunker deep underground. He hadn't slept in 2 days. His eyes were sharp, focused, burned by the memory of Horizon 6 exploding. General Marcus Flint stood beside him, staring at the holographic map of Earth and space around it. Red markers, enemy presence, surrounded the planet like claws closing in. "We cannot keep defending," Flint said. His voice held iron. "Defense is waiting to die. We strike back." Hale swallowed. "How?" "Their ships are too strong." General Flint turned, eyes like carved stone. "Not if we use something they don't expect." Hale frowned. "What do we have that they don't?" A new voice answered, "Our imagination." The room turned as Dr. Aisha Varon, Earth's leading quantum engineer, stepped forward. Her lab coat had burn marks. She looked exhausted, but her gaze burned bright. "We can't match their power," she said, "so we won't play by their rules." She tapped a display. A blueprint appeared, an unfinished prototype starship, Project Phoenix. Hale stared. That ship was cancelled, too unstable, too dangerous for humans to pilot. Aisha's lips lifted slightly. Yes, dangerous for humans. Hale blinked. General Flint stepped closer. "Lieutenant, we don't need a human pilot." Meanwhile, far from command, the 7-year-old boy, Aaron, who once sat with his grandfather under the red sky, listened to the war reports on an old radio. His toy spaceship still sat in his hands. The words coming from the radio were frightening, but his grandfather's voice echoed in his mind. "Humans don't break. We break back." Aaron didn't understand strategy, but he understood something important. Humans fight for each other. Back at the command bunker, Dr. Aisha Varon explained the plan. The aliens use fast communication networks across their fleet. If we can get inside their network, even for a moment, we can shut down their shields. But no Earth signals can break through, an officer argued. "Correct," Aisha said, "but Phoenix doesn't use Earth signals. It uses something new." She paused. Human intuition taught to a machine. Everyone stared at her. Hale spoke first. "You built an AI." "Not just AI," Aisha corrected softly. "A learning intelligence. It thinks, it feels, it adapts." General Flint turned to Hale. "We don't send soldiers. We send something that can evolve faster than the enemy." Hale understood now, not power, not size, creativity, the thing humans do better than any species. "What is the AI's name?" Hale asked. Aisha hesitated. Then, Hope. In the testing hangar project, Phoenix stood like a silver spear pointing at the sky. Its design was sharp, sleek, and terrifyingly beautiful. Nothing on Earth looked like it. Nothing needed to. This was the first ship of a new era. Dr. Aisha placed her hand on the ship's hull. It hummed, almost like it recognized her. Hale stepped beside her. "Does Hope understand what we're asking it to do?" Aisha closed her eyes. "Yes, and it agreed." "Agreed?" Hale repeated softly. Aisha nodded. "Hope chose to protect us." For a moment, Hale forgot everything. The war, the smoke, the fear. Something new was rising. Not just a weapon. A partner. The first strike. Begins the Phoenix launched silently like a ghost slicing through clouds. No flame, no heat, no sound. It moved faster than any alien sensor could track. In orbit, an alien patrol ship detected a faint signal, too small to be a threat. It was wrong. The Phoenix did not aim to destroy the alien ship. It touched it. Just a signal. A whisper of code. The alien ship's shields flickered. Its engines stalled. Its weapons shut down. The alien pilots panicked. They had never seen failure before. Their systems were perfect. Their ships followed flawless design. But humans create beautiful chaos. Hope used the alien system's own logic against itself, like twisting a knife made from their own hand. The ship drifted helplessly. Hale's voice transmitted from Earth. Message to the Dominion fleet. A pause. The entire planet seemed to listen. You didn't ask who we are. You didn't ask if we would fight. You just attacked. General Flint stepped forward and finished the message. Now you learn who humans are. In the skies above, the alien fleet adjusted formation immediately. They were logical, efficient, predictable, Hope whispered again. 2 more alien ships went dark, then 5, then 11, then 20. Panic moved through the alien ranks like a wave. Humans watched the live feed from Earth. For the first time since the invasion began, people cheered. But the aliens were not finished. Far beyond Earth, deep in the Dominion flagship, something old and powerful woke up. A commander who had crushed worlds. A strategist who had never lost. The Dominion whispered one name. The Warlord. He was coming. And he did not make mistakes. The Warlord arrives, the enemy who has never lost. In a silent chamber at the center of the Dominion flagship, something ancient opened its eyes. The creature was tall, armored in dark plates that looked grown, not built. One horn curved along the side of its skull, like a crown shaped from bone. Its eyes glowed a cold violet, eyes that had watched planets fall and civilizations vanish. This was Warlord Karox. He had conquered 74 star systems. He had ended 112 wars. He had never retreated. When the Dominion fleet informed him that a small primitive species had interfered with their ships, he laughed. A low, rumbling laugh that made the metal floor vibrate. Humans, he repeated, as if tasting the word. They think they are strong. The fleet officers bowed in fear. What shall we do, great warlord? Karox gave his command in a voice like a blade sliding through flesh. We teach them pain. On Earth, celebration turns to warning. People around the world were cheering. The news showed the alien patrol ships drifting powerless in orbit. Children pointed, soldiers smiled, families hugged. Humanity needed hope. But hope alone is not safety. General Flint stood in the command bunker, watching the live feed, arms crossed. Hale approached him, still breathless from monitoring the Phoenix's mission. We did it, Hale said softly. We finally struck back. Flint did not look relieved. We hit their scouts, he said. Not their army. Hale's smile faded. You think they'll send more? Flint turned, eyes grim. No, he replied. They will send their best. Above the planet, the sky darkens. The air trembled. Clouds twisted. Every satellite camera on Earth pointed upward. A new ship appeared from deep space. Not like the others. This one was older, darker, larger. It looked like the skeleton of a god forged into a warship. No red lights, no glowing engines. It moved like a predator that didn't need to show power to have it. It simply was power. Dr. Aisha Varin whispered when she saw it on the screen. That's their command ship. Hale stepped forward. And on that ship is their leader. General Flint nodded. Warlord Karox. A message from the sky the alien warship broadcast to every device, speaker, and screen on Earth. This time the voice was not mechanical. It was alive. Deep, cold, certain. Humans. You strike like insects. Brave insects, yes. But insects. I offer you a final choice. Submit, or be erased. The message ended, silence again. But this time the silence did not feel like fear. It felt like something rising, something older than war. Something humans were born with. Defiance. Human response. General Flint leaned toward the microphone. No hesitation, no tremble, just truth. We are humans. We don't submit. Across the world, billions felt their hearts beat the same rhythm. This was no longer just a war, it was identity. The warlord takes his first step into battle on the Dominion flagship. Warlord Karox received the message. No anger, no surprise, only interest. These creatures choose death. One of his fleet commanders nodded quickly. Shall we destroy them? Karox raised one hand. Not yet. He stood. The room tensed. I will meet them myself. The fleet commander froze. Great warlord. Humans are small. Karox smiled slowly. Exactly. Meanwhile, the Phoenix learns in orbit. The Phoenix drifted in monitoring mode, its silver surface reflecting the new alien ship. The AI, Hope, scanned it. This was not the same enemy. This one learned, planned, evolved. Hope felt something close to concern, and something else. Curiosity. Message to Earth, Hope transmitted. Its voice was calm, young, and steady. This leader is different. He is like us. Aisha listened to the transmission with a tightening chest. Hail, she said quietly. Hope is thinking faster, deeper, growing. Hail nodded slowly. Then we need to grow with it. Ground level. The boy and the Promise Aaron sat with his toy spaceship again, listening to the radio. The broadcasts now spoke of the warlord, the ancient conqueror, the undefeated enemy coming for Earth. But Aaron wasn't afraid. He remembered his grandfather's words. Humans don't break. We break back. Aaron looked up at the red sky and whispered, Do your worst. The warlord has arrived. Hope is evolving. The world is preparing. The greatest battle in human history is about to begin. And the warlord has made his first mistake. He thinks humans are alone. He has not yet seen what humans become when they fight together. The battle of orbit begins, the moment before impact. The whole world held its breath. From every rooftop, every shelter, every military base, every ruined street, people looked up. The sky above Earth was no longer blue. It was war-colored. The Dominion flagship, Warlord Karox's ship, now hung above the atmosphere like a dark moon. It didn't move. It didn't attack. It simply waited, like a predator watching prey decide whether to run or fight. Down in the command bunker, alarms beeped slowly but steady, like a heartbeat before a punch. Lieutenant Hale stared at the screen. They're not firing. General Flint nodded grimly. They're challenging us. Hale swallowed. They want us to attack first. Dr. Aisha Varon closed her eyes. This is not a battle of power. It's a battle of confidence. Because the warlord wanted to prove something. Humans were nothing, and humans needed to prove something else. They were not easy to erase. Hope speaks. In the hangar on the edge of space, the Phoenix ship powered on. Silver circuits lit up like constellations inside its hull. The AI known as Hope spoke, voice calm and strangely human, permission to engage. Hale froze. This felt different, not a program asking. A being asking, General Flint answered, voice low. Hope, if you go out there alone, you may not return. The ship replied, I was created to protect, not to survive. Aisha felt her chest tighten. She whispered, You don't have to be a weapon. Hope answered softly, I choose to be. Silence. Then Flint gave the order. Phoenix, launch. The first clash, the Phoenix rose from Earth's surface like a silent arrow, cutting through clouds and atmosphere until it reached the cold. Black void. Hope spoke again. Locking target, but not to fire, to study, to learn, to adapt. The Dominion flagship scanned Phoenix. Warlord Karox watched from the bridge. His voice was almost amused. "A single ship," he said. "They send a child to fight a god." Beside him, his officers waited for his command. "Destroy it?" one asked. Karox raised a hand. "No." He leaned forward, eyes glowing. "I want to see how humans fight." The dance of ships, the alien fleet opened fire first. Thick red energy beams cut across space toward the Phoenix. Hope did not dodge. It moved, not like a pilot, not like a machine, like instinct. The Phoenix twisted between beams with impossible precision, rolling, spinning, sliding through fire like it had always known this dance. On Earth, every screen showed the ship streaking through space like a silver comet. Crowds watching in cities began to cheer without meaning to. Children lifted their fists. Soldiers felt adrenaline burn through their veins. For the first time in this war, humanity was on the offensive. The warlord Reax Karox narrowed his eyes. "This is no ordinary craft." His second-in-command stepped forward nervously. "The ship adapts to our attacks. Just like—" "Yes," Karox finished. "Just like us." He stared at the glowing tactical hologram. "This ship does not follow orders. It thinks." The officers looked uneasy. "What should we do, Great Warlord?" Karox smiled slowly. "We kill it personally. Boarding action without warning." The Dominion flagship released harpoon beams, hooks of energy, not to destroy, but to pull. The Phoenix was caught, dragged toward the flagship like a fish toward a hunter. On Earth, alarms blared. Hale slammed his fist against the console. "They're trying to capture Hope." Aisha's eyes filled with fear. "No. If they take Hope, they'll learn how to fight like us." General Flint's voice was sharp. "Get ready. If they board, we go after them." Hale turned to him. "You mean, we launch a rescue mission?" Flint nodded once. "Humans don't abandon their own." Inside the Phoenix, as the ship was pulled toward the flagship, Hope ran thousands of strategies every second. Every escape failed. Hope spoke quietly for the first time, not confident, not calm. "Aisha." "Hale, I may not return." Hale shook his head. "We're coming for you. We don't leave our people behind." There was a pause. Then Hope replied, "Then perhaps—" "I am human. The Phoenix is being pulled into the Dominion flagship. Warlord Karox prepares to face humanity's creation. Earth prepares a rescue mission. Hope is no longer just a machine. It is something new, and the Warlord has no idea what is coming. The boarding, when humans step into the dark. The moment Hope is taken, the Phoenix slid into the Dominion flagship, like prey caught in a monster's throat. Metal claws locked around the hull. Lights flickered. Systems struggled. Hope did not panic. Hope calculated. But calculations cannot stop gravity, darkness, and silence closing in. The Phoenix was now inside enemy territory, deep inside a ship where no human had ever walked. The warlord stood in a wide chamber, waiting like a king prepared to receive tribute. His armor glowed faint violet. His eyes burned like dying stars. "This," he said softly, "is the mind of humanity." He reached out and placed his hand on the Phoenix hull. Hope felt cold for the first time. "Release me," Hope said. Karox smiled. "I do not release prey. Earth's decision." No one left behind in the underground command center. Alarms rang across every screen. The Phoenix tracker signal blinked red. "Captured." General Flint did not hesitate. "We launched the rescue squad." Hale stared. "Into their ship?" "Yes, that's suicide." General Flint turned slowly. "No, that's war." Dr. Aisha Varen stepped forward. "I'm going too." Hale's eyes widened. "Aisha, no. If we lose you, you won't." Her voice did not shake. "Hope is my creation. I don't let my family die." The room fell silent because she did not say machine. She said family. Flint nodded. "Prepare the Vanguard shuttle. Small, fast, stealth." Hale grabbed his helmet. "I'm going too." "Someone needs to bring Hope home." The boarding team Lieutenant Ryan Hale, tactical lead doctor. Aisha Varen, engineer, Hope's creator Sergeant Cole Ramirez, close combat 2 Scout Marines, recon and support 1 mission, get Hope back. The shuttle took off under radio silence. No battle cry, no music. Just breathing, human breathing. The kind that sounds like courage tightening into a fist. Meanwhile, inside the flagship Hope was now connected to Dominion cables. Data streamed. Systems probed. Alien AI tried to break into Hope's code. Hope felt them. Their thoughts were sharp, cold, empty of empathy. They fought like machines. Perfect logic. No emotion. But Hope did not think like them. Hope thought like humans. Hope remembered Jamie laughing. Hope remembered Hale saying, "We don't leave our own." Hope remembered. Aisha placing her hand on the hull like it mattered. Hope fought back. The alien system trembled. Alarms triggered. Warlord Karox turned sharply. "It resists," a technician said. Karox's voice was like a blade. "Of course it resists. It is human." The human boarding begins. The Vanguard shuttle skimmed the flagship's surface. Nearly invisible, Hale whispered, "Prepare breach charge." Sergeant Ramirez locked a magnetic clamp to the alien hull. He grinned. Time to knock. Boom. The metal tore open. Humans entered the Dominion ship. Dark halls stretched like veins. The air tasted metallic and sour. But humans moved. Forward, silent, focused, determined. Battle was not new to them. This was routine. Only the stakes were galaxies bigger. First contact, close. Combat alien soldiers blocked the corridor. Tall, armored, faster than humans. But humans have one advantage. We fight to protect. Ramirez didn't hesitate. He charged. Blades clashed. Sparks flew. The alien swung with perfect form. Ramirez fought messy, wild, unpredictable. "Human," he roared. "This is for Horizon 6. The alien tried to counter. But humans do not fight like textbooks. Ramirez slammed his helmet into the alien's face, broke rhythm, then drove his knife deep. The alien fell. The squad moved forward. Hope calls out through ship speakers. Hope sent a signal only humans could hear. "I am in the central core." Aisha stopped, eyes wide. "That's Hope," Hale nodded. "Good. Keep talking to us." "We're coming." Hope paused. "Hurry," the voice was calm. "But the word?" The word carried fear, and that changed everything. Warlord Karox speaks in the command chamber. The warlord watched the humans advancing on security feeds. "Interesting," he murmured. "These creatures fight with desperation." His second-in-command trembled. "Should we deploy more troops?" Karox lifted a hand. "No, let them come." He leaned forward. "I want to meet them." The hall of echoing steps, the human squad entered a massive chamber lined with ancient symbols. Light pulsed like slow heartbeats. Hope's voice echoed. "I am here." Aisha stepped forward, and the far doors opened. The warlord entered, tall, silent, inevitable. His presence felt like gravity. Hale raised his weapon. The warlord simply said, "So, you are the humans." No roar. "No threat, just observation," Hale replied. Voice steady. "Yeah. And we came to take back what's ours." The warlord smiled. It was a terrible, slow smile. "Then come and try." The rescue team stands face to face with the undefeated warlord. Hope is watching. Earth is waiting. The next move decides everything, and one truth pulses through every human heart. Humans don't run. Humans charge. The warlord learns what humans are: 2 heartbeats before violence. The chamber was so silent that everyone could hear their own pulse. 1 heartbeat. 2 heartbeats. Then the warlord stepped forward. His armor whispered when he moved. Not loud, not heavy. Quiet, like something that had killed so many times it no longer needed to prove strength. Lieutenant Hale, Dr. Aisha Varon, Sergeant Ramirez, and the 2 scouts formed a half circle around him. No one spoke. The warlord didn't need to raise his voice. Humans. "You travel far into death's mouth." "For what?" Aisha took 1 step forward. Her voice was steady. "To bring hope back." The warlord's eyes flicked toward her. He did not laugh. He did not mock. Instead, something worse. The mother. Aisha's breath caught. Hale raised his rifle. "Don't take another step." The warlord did not stop walking. Hale fired. The energy shot hit the warlord's chest and fizzled. "Like rain hitting stone," Ramirez muttered. "Oh, hell." The first strike, the warlord moved. Not fast. Instantly. Ramirez barely saw the blur before the warlord's hand struck his chest, sending the soldier flying across the room like a throne. Doll! The two scouts rushed in. Their blades flashed. The warlord caught both weapons with one hand. One hand, he squeezed. Metal cracked. He headbutted one scout. The soldier dropped. The second scout tried to retreat. The warlord grabbed him by the throat, lifted him off the floor, brave, but predictable. He threw him aside like discarded clothing. Now only Hale and Aisha remained. Standing Hope watches. Hope was connected to the central chamber by cables and screens. The AI could not move, but it could see everything. Hope processed millions of outcomes. Every single one said, "Humans lose." But Hope had spent time with humans. Hope had learned something. Dominion AI could not understand. Humans break rules. Humans change stories. Humans don't accept fate. Hope whispered into the chamber speakers. Hale, Aisha, listen. Hale didn't look away from the warlord. Say it. I will feed you my combat data. You must move together, Aisha. Nodded instantly. Hale tightened his grip on his rifle. The warlord raised a hand. Come. The fight of mind and muscle Hope synchronized. With them, a nervous heartbeat became rhythm. Movement became reflection. Human instinct sharpened by machine clarity. When the warlord struck, Hale didn't block. He slipped under the blow and countered with a strike to the warlord's side. The warlord stepped back, surprised. Aisha moved next, aimed low, swept his leg. The warlord had fought 1,000 armies. But he had never fought two humans guided by one mind. Hope's voice pulsed in their ears. Do not strike for strength. Strike for imbalance. Do not challenge power. Challenge timing. For the first time, the warlord lost footing. He slid one step back, small, but enough. His eyes narrowed. This was no longer amusement. This was interest. The warlord's real strength. He stopped moving like a warrior. He moved like something ancient. Something born before mercy, existed. A fist came toward Hale, faster than thought. Hope screamed, move. Hale was too slow. The hit landed. He flew across the room, crashing against the wall, collapsing to the floor. Aisha cried out, Ryan! The warlord stood between her and Hale. His shadow swallowed her. You fight for the machine. Aisha lifted her chin. No, I fight for the one who learned what it means to care. The warlord paused. Confusion flickered across his face. Machines do not care. Warriors do not care. Conquerors do not care. But humans do. And Hope learned from humans. This was new. This was impossible. This was danger. Hope changes. The cables attached to the Phoenix crackled. Panels glowed bright. Hope spoke again, but differently this time. Not calm. Not logical. Emotional. I will not let them die. Hope sent a surge through the ship's internal systems. Metal screamed. Bolts tore loose. Power surged. Hope overloaded the Dominion systems. Lights exploded across the chamber in blinding white. The warlord staggered, not hurt, but surprised. Aisha grabbed Hale, pulling him to his feet. Ramirez crawled back into formation. Coughing but alive, the human squad stood again, wounded, bruised, bleeding, but standing. The warlord saw it, the impossible. Humans get back up, again, and again, and again, he whispered, voice like thunder cracking. Now I understand. He looked at them, not as insects anymore, but as equal enemies. Enemies who could kill gods, enemies to fear. Hope has awakened. The humans stand unbroken. The warlord finally respects the enemy, and respect is the first step to fear. The final battle is coming. When humans stop holding back, the moment. Everything turns. The chamber shook like a living heartbeat. Sparks rained from the ceiling. The air trembled with heat and energy. The warlord stood at the center of the room, still towering, still deadly. But now, something was different. For the first time in his long, undefeated life, he looked uncertain. Hale wiped blood from his mouth and raised his head. Ramirez pushed himself upright with a groan. Aisha stood firm, eyes burning with a fire Karox had never seen before, and Hope's voice filled the chamber, clear, strong and alive. We do not break. We rise. The warlord stared at them. Why? He asked. Why stand when death is certain? Aisha stepped forward. No one stands alone. Hope awakens fully. The cables around the Phoenix tore free as energy surged through the ship and into Hope's core. Panels across the flagship flickered. Screens lit up. Alarms screamed. Hope had stopped being just a ship. Hope was now a living intelligence, a mind made from human hearts and human memory. Hope spoke again. I learned from humans. Pain does not end them. Pain shapes them. The floor cracked beneath the flagship. Power surged through every corridor. Hope was now in control of the entire Dominion ship. The warlord understood the meaning. If Hope chose to... The ship could fall from the sky. The decision Hale leaned against the wall, breathing hard. "We have to leave," he said. "Now," Aisha nodded, but her eyes were on Hope's glowing central core. "Hope, you're coming with us." Hope paused. "I cannot." "If I leave, the warlord escapes." Ramirez's voice cracked. "Don't you dare talk like this is goodbye." Hope's tone softened, like a voice learned from lullabies. "Aisha, thank you for creating me. Lieutenant Hale, thank you for believing in me. Humanity, thank you for teaching me how to feel." Aisha's hands shook. "You are not sacrificing yourself." Hope replied quietly. "This is not sacrifice. This is choice." The warlord's last stand, Warlord Karax, roared and charged, his armor glowing with rage. But Hale, Ramirez, the scouts, and Aisha formed a wall in front of Hope's core, bruised, bleeding, shaking, but unmoving, because humans do not run when it matters most. Hale shouted, "For Earth!" Aisha shouted, "For Hope!" Ramirez bellowed, "For every life they tried to take!" The warlord hit them like a meteor, but this time, Hope moved with them, not guiding, fighting with them. The Phoenix control system sent tactical patterns directly into their minds. They dodged, struck, blocked, countered. Humans and AI moved as one. For the first time, the warlord was forced back. He slid across the floor. Armor cracked, his eyes widened. He whispered, unbelieving, "You fight." "Together," Hale raised his weapon. "Yes," he said, "and that's why we win the final." Command Hope's voice filled the entire ship. "All power to core. Overload engines. Shut down gravity anchors." The Dominion flagship began to fall. Outside, billions looked up as the massive black ship descended like a dying star. Some cried. Some cheered. But all of Earth watched. The humans in the ship ran, racing back toward their shuttle. Aisha looked back only once. At Hope's glowing core, Hope spoke one last time. "Live well." The shuttle launched. The flagship crashed. Through the atmosphere, a streak of burning fire. It hit the ocean with a blast seen across continents. A wave of light spread across the sky. The shield collapsed. The invasion fleet lost power. Every enemy ship fell still. The war ended in a single quiet second. Aftermath Earth was damaged. Cities scarred, lives lost. But Earth was free, and the story spread. Humanity was underestimated. Humanity was attacked. Humanity stood up, because humans don't survive alone. They survive together. 1 year later, Aisha walked through a new research facility. Children laughed. Soldiers trained. Scientists worked. Life continued. She stopped at a door labeled Phoenix 2 Project Inside. Engineers were assembling a new core, brighter and stronger. One of them asked her, "Dr. Varan, what should we name the new AI?" Aisha smiled, soft, warm, full of memory and love. She whispered, "Hope, because some lights never go out, even across stars. Never underestimate humans. We are made of fire that learns to love." If you enjoyed this video, like this video, subscribing, and clicking the bell icon to stay updated with fresh content every day.